15th of May, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Let's continue. Let's pick up where we left off. We'll just get a running start from the beginning of the new document there. They'll be on your screen momentarily. There you go. Okay. Netzach Israel from the Maharal Prague, explaining why the Ava that Hashem has for Klal Yisrael is the Ava She'ein Totally B'Davar, and if it's Ein Totally B'Davar, Ein Batul La'olam. And the proof for that is, as we're going to see, the contrast between Avraham Avinu and Noach, as the Maharal will explain. Okay, yeah. Any volunteers to read?
Yes, I volunteer.
Okay, go ahead. Let's start from the first paragraph, number 2 and 3, and continue on.
The Tevan Shalo Niskar, not Naskir, Tzedakah Abraham, Hodem Tamar Lo Lechlecha Va'artzecha Me'artzecha. Since it does not mention the righteousness of Abraham prior to saying to him, go for you from your land. Lo haya zeh bishvil tzidkas Abraham. This was not because of the righteousness of Abraham. Ad shit tomar im batal davar batal ha'ava. Until we say nullifying the thing nullifies the love. Zachor Avos. I'm sorry, Zechus.
Zechus Avos.
Efshar Shehiyah Tama. Since the merit of the forefathers it's possible that it could end.
Right. Since if it would be that Avraham election as the unique one that Hashem loved, and his offspring, therefore Hashem loves them as well, was dependent upon the righteousness of Avraham Avinu and the skus of the Avos that we have through their righteous acts. So it could be that those skusim, those merits may run out. And if that was the reason why the Ava for Hashem, Avraham Avinu, was based upon that, batal adavar, batal avra has v'shol. And we know that's not true. Hashem's love for us is an everlasting love. As we say in that second bracha before Kriya Shema and at night and evening. Okay, go ahead.
The imkain tiyah abechira azos shebechar ba'Avraham bato. If so, it could be that this choice, shebechar is would be a choice that would be a choice of Abraham that would be nullified. What is this shebechar?
Vim Kain, if it would be that it was dependent upon Zuchus Avos, Im Kain, if that would be the case, Tiyah HaBechira Hazos, this election that Avraham was chosen, that could become nullified.
Ulechach lo is here. Zechuso And therefore, it doesn't mention his merits. Lamar, he habechira hazos lo talui bischus flau. That is to say that this choice is not dependent upon merit at all. Ulechach I efshar sheyeh devar zeh batel. And therefore, it is not possible that it would be a thing that would be nullified.
Right.
Ba'aru bezeh divarenu asher amarnu lach. Explain these words that are said to you. Ki hahaf rash asher yesh ben bain Israel laomos. Since the distinction that is between Israel and the nations. The semicolon doesn't make sense here, the way I'm reading it. What does key mean in this case? Rabbi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to answer your key. How do we do this? Yeah,
Do we say since? Do we say last times it means since?
since I think yeah, I think since key is since. Yeah.
What I'm having with sense is the semicolon seems to say that it's the end of a thought. But if we translate key as since, we're not at the end of the thought, we're at the beginning of the thought.
No, it's going back. Kia hefresh sheyesh ben Yezur. It is since because key since the difference between Israel and the rest and the nations is since Hashem Bachar Yisrael be'etzem. Since Hashem chose Israel in essence, meaning without any other necessities.
All right, weiter. Ki Hashem Yisbarach Bachar v'Yisrael be'etzem. Because Hashem chose Israel in essence. V'lo bishvil ma'asehem hatovim, and not because of their good deeds. Shelo lomar dafka kasher haim osim ritzono shel Hashem Yisbarach o bachar bahem. I'm sorry, az bachar bahem. You should not say specifically that they do his will. They do the will of Hashem, and therefore he chose them. V'lo kasher ein osim ritzono shel Hashem Yisbarach. And it's not that they don't do the will of Hashem. Ulefichach,
Right, velo, and there won't be a love, and velo, and there won't be any that love. Kasher ein osim ratzon Hashem Yisbarach, but not doing the ratzon of Hashem Yisbarach.
right. Ulefichach kasiv v'hayisi lachem lelokim. Kodem v'achar kach v'hema yu li lam. Therefore, it is written, you will be, you
No,
will,
hayisi lechem lelokim. I shall be for your God. I shall be to you for your God.
I will be for you a God. It says that I will be for you a God before first it says that, but and afterwards it says now you will be for me for a nation. You'll be to me for a nation.
Right. The fact that the pasuk is putting the relationship of HaKadosh Baruch Hu for our relationship to HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a proof that HaKadosh Baruch Hu's relationship with us is independent from our relationship with him.
So if it said, you will be my nation and I will be your God, then it would mean that Hashem being our God was dependent upon us.
Yeah, that's what would be indicated, right?
But by saying I will be your God and you will be my nation, it means I will be your God unconditionally.
Correct. That's right.
Klomar, ma she Hashem Yisbarach bechar b'Yisrael hu kodem. That is to say, what Hashem chose in Israel, that Hashem chose Israel was first. V'af ki Yisrael einam mikbalim elokoso, and even if Yisrael does not accept their God, Lechach lo kasav gam kain kodem bechiras Avraham ma'asav hatovim. And therefore, it doesn't write. It also doesn't write initially that the choice of Avraham is because of good deeds. Shelo Tomar ki hu yisparach bachar ba'Avraham u these
Uvazoro, his offspring after him.
Offspring. Uvazoro acharim
Acharav. And his offspring after him, following after him.
Bishvil Maaseyam, because of their deeds.
Right.
So it does not say because Hashem chose Abraham and his offspring after him because of their deeds.
Sorry, I'm not too sure to say that Hashem chose Abraham not because of his deeds, right? And his offspring because of their deeds or not because of their deeds?
Also not because of his deeds.
Ah.
Right, also.
Mm.
Right.
Thank you.
As Hayah L'cha Lomar Asher Ein Ma'asehem Tovim Yamim Bahem. And then there is for you to say that it's not good deeds. What is Yimam?
You must. It's a summit. You must be him. As haya l'chol oimer kasher ein maseim tovim you must be him. Shedaber ze'eno. That meaning if it had been meaning Avraham Avinu and his offspring after them were not chosen because of their deeds, that you would have been able to say that if they are not doing good deeds, they would be displeasing. This is something which is not. This is not true. Since we weren't picked, since Avraham wasn't picked because of his righteousness, nor were his offspring, us, picked because of our righteousness. So it's not possible to say that if we're doing bad things, Hashem is displeased with us. That he will not love us anymore. That's not true.
Rak ki habechira bahem mitzad atzmam. Only because he chose them from the perspective of atzmam. What's atzmam?
Their essence. Something which is the etzim is the essence of something.
He chose them because of their essence. The zuhi bechira klalas klalis.
Klalis. That's a bechira. That's a general. They were chosen generally rather than chosen specifically because something specific. They were chosen in general, not because of something specific.
And what is this word vizuhi?
This is.
This is a general choice. Aval ba'umos kasiv kodem lios li la'am. But regarding the nations, it's first written to be to me for a nation. Shikasher ma'asehem tovim the tzadikim as Hashem Yisbarach mekarev osam. That when that they do good deeds and righteousness, then Hashem brings them close. Ve'ein akiruv alehem rak mitzad hapartim. And there's only bringing them close from the perspective of hapartim. What is hapartim?
Hapartim details, only because of the detail.
Is it the what?
Details.
Sorry.
Specifics.
Lo bechira klalis. It's not a general choice. Ulechach etzel Noach. Therefore, concerning Noach, shehashem yisbarach karvu, that Hashem brought him close. Zeh haya bishvil ma'asav bilvad. This is because of his deeds alone. Ulechach lo haya habechira bizarro klal. And therefore, it was not a choice of his children at all.
Right, that the Mekach Etzel, therefore, regarding Noach, Hashem Yisbarach Karvo, Hashem related to him, Zebishvil Ma'asev Bilvad, that was only because of his own deeds. Therefore, there was no choice of his offspring at all.
The Elu Yavinu Ze B'nei Adam Lo Ola Al Mach Shivosam. And these children, they are the children of Adam. They do not ascend concerning their thoughts.
Yeah, this is a little one. This needs a little bit of work. Ve'ilu yavinu zeh b'nei Adam lo ala al makshavosa makshavas hevel la'omer ki shem yizbarach mas Yisrael chas v'shol. Okay, so this is a general summarizing statement. Ve'ilu yavinu zeh b'nei Adam. If people would yavinu, if they would understand, ve'ilu, if it would be Yavinu Zebener, if people would understand this, lo ala al makshavos, and they would never come to think makshavos hevel, foolish thoughts. La'omer, to say ki Hashem Yisbarach mas Yisrael Chashra, that Kadosh Baruch Hu is displeased with Klal Yisrael.
Could you do that again, please? I got kind of stuck on some of the words.
Right. Okay. This is a summarizing sentence. Ve'ilu, if it would be Yavinu Zeh B'nei Adam, if people would understand this, Yavinu from Havana, if people would understand this, Lo Ale al Makshavas Hevel, they would not come to think foolish thoughts. Makshavas Hevel, foolish thoughts. La'omer, to say, to think, Ki Hashem Yisbarach Mas B'Yisrael Chas V'Shalom, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is somehow displeased, Has V'Shalom, with the Jews.
So Mas is displeased?
Ma'as, literally it means disgusted. Mius, something. Ask your grandchildren if you know what it means. Mius, they'll tell you straight away what it means. Disgusting.
So if people understood this, they would not think foolishly that Hashem is displeased with Bnei Israel.
Right.
So that word displeased or disgusted is problematic in my mind, because we have, for example, the Holocaust. I mean, Hashem, I mean, my understanding is Hashem was displeased with our behavior. And that's why the Holocaust happened.
Again, there's one thing to be displeased with the behavior. There's another thing to be displeased with Klal Yisrael. The Holocaust is the biggest proof for this. In spite of the terrible, lowly state of Klal Yisrael before the Holocaust, was the terrible, despicable state of Klal Yisrael before the Holocaust. In spite of that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't give up on Klal Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought the Holocaust in order to cleanse Klal Yisrael from the disease that it was diseased with.
So how do we describe Hashem's attitude towards the Jewish people in the time period leading up to the Holocaust?
HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that there was a complete lack of allegiance to Torah and mitzvahs on the time leading up to the century and a half, 2 centuries before the Holocaust, 2 centuries of disloyalty and disobedience and disparagement with the Torah leaders of Klal Yisrael. And in order to cleanse Klal Yisrael of this disease, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to destroy the disease in order to save Klal Yisrael.
So Hashem viewed us as being diseased.
Most definitely, sure, most definitely.
Okay, I'm not sure I really I'm getting this, but
Again, the fact that you have to discriminate between the actions of Klal Yisrael, which could in fact anger a Kadosh Baruch Hu. They could anger a Kadosh Baruch Hu, right? And the Kadosh Baruch Hu's infinite and absolute, unchanging, enduring love for Klal Yisrael. The fact that there's a love of a Kadosh Baruch Hu for Klal Yisrael, in essence, that's why our disobedience angers the Kadosh Baruch Hu so much, because we're doing something which is Hashem is not affected by our disobedience. We are ruining our own relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. If you have a king has a prince that he loves very much, but the prince rebels. The prince is rebel. So because in spite of the fact that the prince is rebelling, the king still loves the prince because the prince is this king's son, but he's going to have to put down the rebellion because of the actions of the prince. But the love of the king for the prince still remains. And if the king puts down the rebellion and captures the prince and sentences the prince to various punishments, right? That those punishments are there for the benefit of the prince, that he should come to his senses.
so how do we how do we understand the difference between the Jewish people and the nations in regard to misbehavior like this?
When the nations when the Sodom misbehaved, they were destroyed completely. There's no remnant of Sodom anymore. When the Egyptians disobeyed, they were destroyed completely. There's no remnant of the Egyptians. When the Greeks disobeyed, they were destroyed, and there's no remnant of the Greeks. When the Romans disobeyed, there's no remnant of the Romans. But Klal Yisrael lives on. There's a complete, absolute difference between us and them.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's okay. That works.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Good. But I think the point that has to be emphasized is that Hashem definitely is displeased with our actions. When we're not fulfilling our duties, our loyalties to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem is definitely displeased with our actions because it's detrimental to us. It's like a father sees a son doing something wrong, right? And he's hurting himself. He sees the son smoking, he sees him doing drugs, he sees him doing all kinds of different terrible things, and he's destroying himself, destroying his life. Right, so the father is very displeased with the son's actions. He loves the son, and the greater love that the father has for the son, the greater displeasement he has with the son's waywardness and transgressions again, and his folly in trying to do things which are detrimental to himself, physically, spiritually, whatever it might be. And the greater the love, the greater displeasement there is.
Right. Right.
And the greater attempt that the father will make to try and save the son. The more that the father loves the son, the greater attempt that Hashem in the Holocaust is a perfect example. The disease had to be purged from Klal Yisrael. And now we're living in the opportunity. Hashem is blessing us with an opportunity to regenerate and rejuvenate ourselves. Unfortunately, it's not really working so well. But the opportunity was given to us by Hashem. Given Eretz Yisrael immediately after Holocaust, we were given Eretz Yisrael, and with that was a potential for rejuvenation. To some extent it is, but well, by and large it hasn't been really a successful rejuvenation.
So we can say that Hashem feels this maas towards us.
Well, not towards us, towards our actions.
Right, not towards us. Uh-huh.
Right. The love is constant, and because the love is constant, Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to do and bring things about that are going to help us as much as possible to try and change our ways. Because of the love. I think he's going to develop. He's going to be developing. The Maharal is going to develop these thoughts. This was just his basic summarizing statement over here. But he's going to go into details about this now.
Okay. If I go on?
Yeah, sure.
Vishmos Rabbah Ro'eh Re'isi Es Ani Ami V'archa V'hatzilu Ki Yadati Es Mecho Vav. In Shmos Rabbah, it says, I see my nation. I'm not able to translate this.
Right. Re'irisi, I have certainly seen, Re'irisi, a double lashon. I have certainly seen as ani ami, the affliction of my people. Ve'ered, vatzilo, I shall go down and save them. Dati es mikovav, because I know their torment. I know their torment.
I know their torment.
Yeah, mikovav.
Okay. Yodua or Yoda ani kama asidim lahachi vani. I know how much Atid is in the future.
Right, exactly. Good, right.
I know how much in the future they will be tormented.
I think it's absolute. It's called the hakavani. How much they will torment me. I know in the future how much they will torment me.
Oh, this is Hashem talking. Hashem's going to be tormented.
I believe so.
Kama yimrohu be midbar v'gomer. What is this word? Yimrohu?
How much they will rebel in the midbar. I think you have it. You have a Tillim there. You want to take a look at the pasuk in Tillim?
Tehillim ayin chet.
Right.
Ayin chet is 78.
Yes, 78. I think it's pasuk, not lamed tes, but mem, if I'm not mistaken.
78, 40.
20. Oh, that's Pierke. Right.
Yeah, I believe it's pasuk mem. 78, chapter 78, verse number 40, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 39. It's listed 39 in the text that we have in front of us, but in my edition here seems to be verse number 40. 78, verse 40. Yeah, very important pasuk. Take a look at that pasuk.
How often did they rebel against him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert?
See, that's the proof, right? That's the proof for this medrash, right? The medrash is saying, "Rori isia ani amiv ered tzilo kiyadati eskovav." I have certainly seen the afflictions of my people. I will go down and save them because I know their torments. And yadana ani kami asidin lahav eveni. I know how much in the future they're going to torment me. Come, as it says in the pasuk, come and how much they will be rebelling against me in the midbar, and how they will aggravate me.
Right.
right? V'afal pike, nevertheless,
Nevertheless,
Aini, yeah, Alpha Pike, nevertheless,
Khan Aini Nimna Mal Malgulan. Here they're not found. I don't know what Malgulan is.
from Lashon Geula, Alpha Pike, nevertheless, Aini Nimne Migalan. Nevertheless, I will not hesitate or refrain. I will not refrain from redeeming them, even though Hakadosh Baruch Hu knows how rebellious Klal Yisrael will be in the midbar and how much aggravation, so to speak, they're going to cause Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Nevertheless, Hakadosh Baruch Hu will not, because of that, refrain from redeeming them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So that this point is good. This point is understood.
I think so. Yeah, it basically saying that the love is so solid that despite all of these troubles, Hashem is still going to redeem us.
Right. Right. Very good. So apparently the measures continues. Amar Rabbi Shmuel ben Bar Nachman.
Rabbi Yishmael Bar Nachman said, "Hadavar hazeh shefat at Niel ben Kanaz Livnei Hakadosh Baruch Hu." Rabbi Shmuel, son of Nachman, said that this thing, what is this word, shvat?
Shafat, I think, brought as a claim, brought as a claim to a Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Okay. This is a claim, and what's the next word? Ataniel? Oh, this is a person.
Yeah, that's his name. Asino ben Kanaz l'fnei Kadosh Baruch Hu. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was a Navi. If I'm not mistaken, I have to check. Continue. Let me check. I'll see if I can find it. I think it was a Navi. Which Navi?
So he brought the claim.
Yes.
Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the Universe. Ha Batachta Es Moshe Ben Osim Ritzoncha Ubein Ein Osim Ritzoncha Ata Geulim. So the claim is being made that what is this word? Habitachta?
Haftachas. That's your promise. Haftach is a promise. Haftacha es Moshe ben Osim Ritzono ben Ein Osim Ritzonecha. Ata Golim. That there was a claim made by Nasano ben Kanaz. Nasano ben Kanaz apparently was Achi Kalev. He was a brother of Kalev. He lived at the time of Yeshua. Nasano ben Kenaz. But Okay, I'm not sure of the whole parsha there. It's all parsha in Yeshua. It's a parsha brought down in Shoftim as well. I have to. I'm not familiar with it. I have to look at it. But here the Medrash is saying that this was the claim that Isanel ben Kenaz brought before Kadosh Baruch Hu. He said, Ribbon Shalom, Avtacha es Moshe, you had promised to Moshe, Ben osim ritzonecha, Ben ein osim ritzonecha, ata go'olam. You promised Moshe whether they would be doing your will and whether they wouldn't be doing your will, you would redeem them.
Right.
So Nemar, it says there in Shoftim.
Vatahi alav ruach Elokim v'yishpot es Yisrael. There was upon him a spirit of Hashem, and he judged Israel.
Yes. Apparently, that's
Who is this
referring
talking about? Moshe?
No, I think this is Sano ben Kenaz. I think that's referring to Sano ben Kenaz.
Lekach kasiv. Therefore, it is written, Ti yadati es mechovav. Adkan. End quote. Is written because I know. What is this word? Mechovav.
From Ka'ev, he knows their turmoil, their pains. Shoftim, all of you give me. Shoftim.
Yeah, I'm not following this. The claim and the answer to the claim. I'm not following.
No, the claim was made that Hashem has promised whether Klal Yisrael is doing the bidding of Hakadosh Baruch Hu or not, they still will be redeemed. And,
Right. But that's not a claim. That was done. You were redeemed.
well, no, it depends what we have to understand which aspect of redemption we're talking about here. 13. Right. I'm not. Yeah. The background of what the son of Ben Kenaz was obviously one of the generals that went and led the wars against the Canaanim over here. Yeah, in any event, without knowing the full background of Hassan ben Kenaz, we see that his claim to Kadosh Baruch Hu was that Hashem has promised us that we'll be redeemed whether we're keeping his will or not, which is being brought here, is being cited over here as an example that a Kadosh Baruch Hu maintains his relationship with Klal Yisrael, whether we're doing his fulfilling his mitzvahs or not.
Right.
Okay, so good. So that'll bring us to tomorrow to paragraph number 6. Okay, very good. Let's stop here. Good point to stop, and we'll remember to pick up from paragraph number 6 tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem. And we'll take a little break and
Thank you.
continue with the Bruce here. Roy should have a good afternoon, Mitzvah Shem. Hope to see you tomorrow, and we'll